is heading your way, heading off towards the 59 here, 59G, Gobbler's Knob Road. This is making its way into your area, and right now, as you can see, as it makes its way off towards the east here, and this is, again, some very heavy rainfall, lots of lightning, and some very strong gusty winds. The leading edge of the very strong gusty winds here now crossing through the eastern sections of Lufkin at this time and continue to progress its way out towards the east. So we are watching that for you very closely here. And Huntington, this will be making its way towards your area very soon as well. So just keep that in mind. Burt down towards Huntington along that 69 corridor, you're going to run into some very heavy rain, lots of lightning, lots of intense weather. Texas 103 right now seeing a lot of that heavy intense weather. Again, a severe thunderstorm warning is in effect for Lufkin, so just keep that in mind here. All along that 59 stretch here, we've got severe thunderstorms making their way through from Pollock. This warning is in effect now until 5:45, and it now does include you in St. Augustine. I've noticed that they have just shifted this off towards the east, so this now does include you in St. Augustine. Severe thunderstorm warning in effect. Again, this is crossing over Texas 94. So this is the area that we want to watch for you very closely as it continues to progress off towards the east. Huntington, you're under that severe thunderstorm warning and back down towards the south and west. Again, here's our tornado warning storms. We cannot forget about you folks. We are continuing to watch this area here because there's potential of 2 tornadoes on the ground, at least indicated by radar, showing up for us. So as we switch over and take a look at some of the winds, if we can, we'll show you what we think those couplets may be or where the potential tornadoes will be. 2 areas, one just to the north and east now, or right on top, I would say, of Shepherd, and then the second one here right around the West Livingston area there. As you can see there, Mark kind of highlighting those 2 individual portions there. Those are the areas where there's a potential for a tornado at this time that we are watching for, and we're going to track these couplets off towards the east-northeast because folks over towards Woodville, over towards Spurgeon need to be alert. Just to the north of the Kuntz area here, Jasper. This is moving off towards the east-northeast. Tyler, Jasper, Newton counties, potential for not just 1, but 2 tornadic signatures on radar making their way towards your area. Again, you say, how do we know or what are we looking for to determine if there's a potential tornado with this on radar? We look here, as Mark highlights here, when the green and the red come together very closely compact like that, that indicates a signature, a rotation signature there for us. And so we used to have the old saying back in the day when you had the old iron beds, those heavy iron beds, we used to say, when green meets red, get under the bed, because that would indicate the potential of a tornado moving off towards the east-northeast. We've got winds of 60, 70 miles per hour. Outside of any tornadic activity there that could be with these storms. So at the very least, damaging winds with this as it continues to move off towards the east-northeast here. And then off towards the north of that, we're continuing to see the potential of some strong gusty winds all up and down this line of storms as it continues to make its way off towards the east. Again, severe thunderstorm warnings still in effect, as you can see off towards the east as well here from Cushing to Garrison, Alto, Nacogdoches, stretching back down towards Wells and Lufkin. Diboll as well, we're seeing that severe thunderstorm warning from 5:15 across the north. We're seeing that warning for the central sections until about 5:30 for you folks. And down towards the south now, we've got this warning extended here until 6:45 now for flash flood warning here. And that's the other concern. So if we could showcase the rainfall just a little bit here, I want to show you the radar here. You can see heavy rainfall in this location. Now look at the rainfall over the past hour or so. Look at Alto and Wells. Look at this. 2-3 inches of rainfall has fallen here within the past hour. Think about that, folks. Where does that water go? You get that type of rain that quickly, has nowhere to go. It can only just build up and build up, and that's when you get flash flooding. What is flash flooding? It's when you receive a certain amount of rain or water coming into an area in a short period of time. It has nowhere to go, so it just builds up, and you get the flooding. Now, once the rain stops, then the water can kind of slowly run off, and the water levels recede. That's why we call it a flash flooding, because it happens quickly, and then it's done. The problem with this line of storms, as we switch back over to the regular radar, is the line is not moving that fast. In fact, the line is just kind of still situated over the same area of heavy rainfall, and it's just kind of crawling east. So now we're getting some very heavy rain and flash flooding, but look at the bowing feature. Whenever you see this line kind of bow out like this, just like a bow and arrow when you use it to shoot an arrow with, it also indicates some very strong gusty winds. So now you've got flooding, loosening up the roots of the trees on the ground, and now you combine that with some strong gusty winds, and those winds blow those trees over very easily there. So we've got to watch that, and you can almost see the swirl, the spin here. It's like a little mini low pressure here just around the Alto community at this time here. It's what we call an MCS, or a mesoscale convective system, and it's just a big word or a big description for basically a very small area of low pressure that's developing, that's just really spinning this whole line of storms, which means it can go for a long period of time here without weakening. And we're seeing that with the extended severe thunderstorm warning. So I would expect some wind damage to begin coming in from places like Alto, Wells, Lufkin, and again, this stretches back down towards Corrigan. But right here, these are our 2 tornado warning storms. Again, the potential for 2 tornadic cells developing here across the area. So that's what we're really keeping a close eye on here. One around the West Livingston community, one around the Shepherd community, but they're both tracking in kind of the general same direction there. So the Polk County warning, one warning, the first warning goes until 5:15 a.m. and then the second warning, I believe, also goes until 5:15 as well. Yes, so the next couple of minutes here, and we're going to continue to watch that. Let's see if we still see that any hint of rotation. And yes, we still have a very strong couplet here just to the northeast of Shepherd now, beginning to make its way into portions of Tyler County there. So you see that one there, that mark is highlighting, very strong and tight couplet there. So very good tornado signature there on that one. I would go to bet that there's probably going to be some damage in this area. This is something that we really want to track, heading towards you and Warren, over towards Dollarsville there, and out towards the northeast around Spurgeon as well. This should stay just to the south of Woodville, but I'd still keep an eye on it. But a very tight and well-defined core here. In fact, any estimate on the winds here around in this area here? I don't know if we can see that mark, if we can get an estimate of what we're looking at there. 50-plus mile-per-hour winds they're showcasing going away from the radar site, and then probably about the same going toward the radar site. Yeah, about 50 or so there as well. So once you get that idea, you average that in, you're probably talking about some very strong winds. That is a very good couplet there here, as we see here just to the south of 146 here. Very decent couplet. Look at that, 80-plus mile-per-hour winds there going away from the radar site and going towards the radar site. I'm sure some very high winds as well, 30, 40 miles per hour. So you're over 100 miles per hour when you average those together. So we get, again, this area here, that's couplet number 1. Off towards the north, we're keeping an eye out for couplet number 2, and that one would probably now be making its way just to the north and east, I would say now. West Livingston here looks like it's making its way on off towards the north and east there. And that one continues to travel just to the north of 190. So we have...
Warnings just expired.
Okay, both warnings did just expire there, so we'll see if they reissue any of those. But those two cells, one splitting 190 to the north, the other splitting 190 to the south out there. So while we wait to see if they do anything else with those warnings, let's get a wide view and see if we can show everyone what's kind of going on with the radar across the area. And again, here's that squall line that we continue to track here, specifically from Nacogdoches and points to the south. And again, you see that bowing feature now. We've got quite a bit of moderate to heavy rainfall here across the north. In fact, if you're along I-20 from Smith County to Henderson County, down towards Anderson County, I wouldn't be surprised if the potential of flash flooding becomes an issue, especially near some of those creeks and streams that are already above their banks. But down to the south here, that's where we have the biggest flash flooding threat right now, from Cherokee over towards Nacogdoches and Lufkin. Those are the areas that are under flash flood warning until 6:45 this morning here. And again, we've already been showcasing the radar picture down there and showing what Doppler, what our Storm Tracker dual pole live Doppler radar could estimate is how much rain has fallen within the past hour or so, and we've gotten 2, 3, probably up to 4 inches of rain by now in some of those locations. So again, that's where we're seeing one of the biggest flash flooding threats taking place there. But area-wide, we're showcasing anywhere between, I'd say, a half an inch to an inch, but again, that's the area that's received some of the most. And again, this is within the past hour or so, so this is tons of rainfall that continues to just pile up there. Again, 1 to 2, even 3 inches of rain here from Alto to Wells community there. And what's that, Daniel?
New tornado warning.
Okay, and we got it. Okay, new tornado warning for Tyler County. So yeah, I thought they might just go ahead on there. Still a well-defined couplet. So if we can go back and check that out for a moment, Mark, I want to let you know again for our friends in Tyler County here, a new tornado warning. Again, this is Tyler County. This is in Deep East, Texas, not for Tyler the city. This is for our friends in Tyler County and Deep East, Texas. That's where the new tornado warning is in effect here. And this warning is out now until 5:45 this morning here as we continue to watch this cell off to the west gets a little closer to the area. Now, you still have a few minutes in Tyler County to get to your tornado safety place before this storm is right on top of you. But this is the time where you want to get out of bed, get the family out of bed. Again, make sure that you have your tornado safety plan in place. We like to tell you to have that ahead of time so you know where to go right away. Here's that couplet, a very strong, well-defined couplet still showing up there just to the northeast of Shepherd now. And again, as that makes its way out towards the east-northeast, that's the area that has the most concern. And it's not just that area. We still have a weak couplet showing up also to the north of that, but that's the one that really has my eye. Again, a very tight couplet showcasing across the region here. And so that's what we're going to watch out for very closely throughout the area. So as we take a look here at what we've got going on here with some of the winds, maybe we can get an estimate here on some of this here right in there. Now it looks like that couplet is moving off towards the east-northeast just a little bit more now. So getting closer to you in Tyler County. Look at that. Winds of 70 going away from the radar, 15 going toward the radar. So again, we're getting very close to that 85 to 100 mile per hour winds there showcasing across the area. And this again continues to work its way out towards the east-northeast there. So we want to watch that for you very closely here. That tornado warning is in effect until 5:45 with this cell here. And again, this is a new tornado warning now for Tyler County. So keep that in mind. Now, as we go back to the radar here, we'll show you here what this looks like here on the regular radar, what you're used to seeing. And you can see here again, that's where nothing in the tornado warning just yet. But as we can see out to the west, from West Livingston to Shepherd down to Cleveland here on 59 here, that is a very intense line of storms. And within that line of storms, we're seeing some rotation beginning to develop here. And you can see right in this area here is where that potential for the tornado is, the couplet is, and it kind of sits here right there in that little indentation right there. That's where we've got to be on alert for the potential of a tornado. That's why they reissued that or issued that new tornado warning for that area there. So we're going to watch for that and monitor and see if we get any reports or chat or anything about that damage or anything. Now look at this. Severe thunderstorm warnings extend across a large portion of East Texas this morning. They continue to get extended out towards the east. We've got severe thunderstorm warnings now from Nacogdoches to Center down towards Lufkin. So a broad area of severe thunderstorm warnings, and this is because we have what we call a MCS going through the area. That is a mesoscale complex system. Now what does that mean? That just means that it is a big area of kind of a smaller little low pressure area here that's kind of spinning right now. You can see that swirl there. And what it does is it allows this line of storms to develop and allows it to continue to progress out towards the east. So we're not seeing this kind of weakening or falling apart out there. It's continuing to kind of swirl because it's got basically its own little engine or motor driving it along towards the east. And that's why they're issuing the severe thunderstorm warnings well in advance of the line making it to them. Is because this line of storms here is expected to continue to make its way out towards the east and is producing some very strong gusty winds, large hail, and also some very intense lightning out there. So the severe thunderstorm warning now for Nacogdoches, Rusk, San Augustine, and Shelby counties goes until 6 o'clock this morning here. And that's what that area of storms coming out of Center to from Nacogdoches to Lufkin, that's moving out towards the east. And Angelina, Nacogdoches, and San Augustine, you're under a severe thunderstorm warning until 5:45 this morning. So let's go in a little closer and start. I guess we'll start at the northern part of the line and work our way down again here to that tornado warning in the southern sections of the area. But again, here's the area that we're most concerned with right now. Not only are we concerned with damaging winds and large hail in this area, but flash flooding is a big problem as well. We've got a flash flood warning in effect for portions of Alto, Nacogdoches, Lufkin, also down towards Diboll. All this here from Cherokee, Angelina, and Nacogdoches until 6:45. That's when the flash flooding warning is in effect till we've gotten numerous amounts of 1 to 3, 4 inches of rainfall in this area within the past hour or two. Cherokee, Nacogdoches, and Rusk, you're also under a severe thunderstorm warning with this line because it's bowing out until 5:30. Same thing for Nacogdoches, Rusk, San Augustine, and Shelby, but that's until 6 o'clock this morning. And you can see right now, 59. If you are traveling, let's say from Lufkin to Nacogdoches up towards just to the east of Alto, this is going to be a rough travel. And I know this is a highly traveled thoroughfare here, so we want to really watch out for this. Right over the heart of Lufkin right now, you guys are seeing the hail, you're seeing the heavy rain, you're seeing the wind, you're seeing lots of lightning continue to come down across that area. Some quarter-sized hail or so probably making its way through Lufkin at this time, but down to the south, a bullseye of just some very large hail across areas just to the east of Diboll. We're probably talking anywhere between 2 to 3 inches of hail, and that's just now shifted north and east now. So watch out in Huntington. That hail core is making its way towards you any moment now. So if you're traveling along 69 from Zavala up towards Huntington, guess what? There's going to be some large hail that you're going to have to endure as you go from Zavala to Huntington and up towards Lufkin there as this continues to make its way off towards the east-northeast here. Now down to the south, that's where we're really concerned out at this time. Of course, we've got severe thunderstorm warnings still in effect. We still got hail that we're tracking out to the west, but we're really watching out for you and Tyler County for the potential of a tornadic cell making its way towards your area. Here it is right now on radar. This is what we call velocity. That's just a fancy word for winds. And our radar, Storm Tracker Dual Pole Doppler radar, can actually take a look and estimate which direction the winds are coming from in the storm. So we can see when you see red and green, when they get very close together here. I don't know if Mark can highlight that for us one more time. You'll be able to see here in that couplet there. When you see those two colors getting close together, that means that there's a potential of rotation. There you go. And you can see here, that means winds going toward and away from. Look at that, 90-mile-per-hour winds being clocked here going away from the radar site right now. And so right there, just alone, just know that there are 90-mile-per-hour winds. Looks like a new couplet trying to form there towards the... Okay, yeah, just updating live here for us. This is our Storm Tracker Dual Pole Live Doppler radar. So now we're seeing updating live here. And again, there's that couplet continuing to make its way out towards the east. This is just, look at this. Look at that. Winds of 116 miles per hour going away from the radar site, 75. So if you are south of 190 here, watch out. In Tyler County, this is headed your way. At the very least, some very, very strong winds, damaging winds making their way out towards the east-northeast. But also watching that potential of a tornado there with this couplet here, or a radar signature indicating a tornado there. So again, we need you to be in your safe place in the most interior room at the lowest level. Again, take the, the mattress, the bicycle helmet, anything you may need to cover your head with and get to your safety place there, because the potential of a tornado making its way there, at least on radar, is fairly evident there. And this is heading towards you in Warren, just to the south of Woodville and Spurgeon there. So watch out. Again, south of Texas 190 here. This is north of Silsbee here. This is going to be making its way towards Warren and Spurgeon here, and over towards Call if it holds together here. So even folks in Jasper and Newton counties need to be alert that this is making its way out towards the east, and eventually could be impacting you if it holds together here. And so far this morning, it's been a pretty decent couplet. So we've got to watch this for you very closely here. And as you can see, we're watching a broad line of storms from north to south across the area. But within that line, we're getting these, what we call mini spin-ups of tornadoes, where right in there you can see like this little indentation right there. That's just enough for enough warm air to work its way inside there to create that rotation. And so we're seeing just enough to create that potential of a tornado there. And we're seeing some of these along the line. So we'll have to watch all along this line. You may be under a severe thunderstorm warning, but that doesn't mean that at any point in time a potential for an isolated tornado to spin up is not impossible. So keep that in mind. You still need to be in your safety place as this works its way out towards the east. Again, flash flooding is going to be a big issue from Cherokee to Nacogdoches over towards Lufkin here, where we're seeing just a tremendous amount of rainfall, but also a tremendous amount of winds, and that's going to cause trees to come down, I think, with that. And even here along the I-20 corridor from Tyler to Longview down towards Jacksonville, we're seeing quite a bit of moderate to heavy rainfall continue to work its way on through the region here. So this is going to be quite the soaker. And then again, to the south, we have got just a smorgasbord of severe thunderstorm warnings and even a tornado warning that we continue to track. Now, I want to let you know, most of East Texas along and east of 69 here are under a tornado watch until 9 o'clock this morning. And so just keep that in mind. That means conditions are just prime. There we go. Mark is going to show this here for you. Anywhere from Tyler, Longview, Jacksonville, points to the east and south under that tornado watch. And I believe that's till 9. Yes, till 9 a.m. this morning here. So just keep in mind that conditions are prime for that. But for areas to the east, that's what we're really concerned about, and especially south and east here as we continue to see this complex of storms work its way through the area. And it's what we call an MCS, because it's kind of just has its own little engine that's going to help keep this thing going all the way through the viewing area. All these yellow shaded counties, that's a severe thunderstorm warning, and they extend from 5:45 till 6 o'clock for areas to the south, Jasper and Tyler County. So Jasper has just been added to the severe thunderstorm warning there. And again, Tyler County under that tornado warning. Severe thunderstorm warnings extend northward as well along this line. So that new warning for Tyler County until 6 a.m., for Jasper County until 6 a.m., and also the northern portions of Tyler County that's not under the severe thunderstorm warning. So that line of storms continues to grow there. We put radar on this for you, and there you go. You see it, folks, just from about Nacogdoches towards the south, Lufkin, some very intense rain. There's the center of that come ahead there, and that's where we're starting to see that swirl, and you can see that line holding intact right around that center. Very, very strong indications of big-time storms rolling through portions heading towards you in Nacogdoches, moving through Lufkin as we speak, heading through the eastern portions of Angelina County right now. Look at the lightning. That is just impressive, folks. This is a summertime storm here for us. When you see this amount of lightning here, there's just a lot of energy involved in this storm. We're talking about, wow, over 3,500 lightning strikes here in the last 30 minutes here. So I can guarantee you, if you live in Nacogdoches, if you live in Center, if you live in Zavala, you're probably not sleeping through this storm, which is good. We want you to be awake to understand that you do have a severe thunderstorm making its way on through your area right now here. And I mean, this extends the line, just extends down. Just a ton of energy involved right now with this system. Over 5,500 lightning strikes at this time as it continues to work its way off towards the east here. So this is a very impressive line of storms here. And again, lightning is not the only thing. We've had hail with these storms. We've seen hail at times this morning up to softball size. And right now in southeastern Angelina County, looks like some very impressive hail developing there. As you can see here, just to the south and west of Huntington right now, probably 1 inch in diameter hail showcasing there. So we're seeing anywhere between ping pong size hail down towards a quarter to ping pong size hail. And then south of there, Corrigan, this is here just to the east of 59 and just to the south and west of Chester here, about a quarter size to maybe up to a little higher than that size hail showing up there with that system. Just west of 190, but it's going to be crossing over. So heads up in Chester, this could be heading your way. And across 69 here very soon. This is also impacting you along 287. And again, right there, you see that indention knot there with our storm that has a tornado warning. And about now, getting ready to make its move over into portions of Tyler County. So we're going to be watching that very closely. Again, that's a tornado warning for Tyler County, not the city, but again, we're watching that very closely here. Still some indications of some broad rotation there with that sail as it continues to move in there. So we're going to go in a little closer and show you that. Here, a little bit of a couple of here. It's a little more broad at this time here, but I think when we look right about in here, wouldn't you say, Mark? Say about, okay, yes, right in about in this area here would be probably where we'd be looking. You can still see some strong winds, not as strong as earlier, but still 50, 60, 70 mile per hour winds going away from the radar site, being clocked by our Storm Tracker dual pole live Doppler radar. So some very impressive winds going toward the radar site as well, 20, 30 miles per hour. So you kind of combine those together and you can see that we've got winds gusting anywhere between 80, 90 plus miles per hour with these storms as they continue to work their way on through. So again, that's what the tornado warning is. We're still keeping an eye on that, just now moving into western portions of Tyler County. But to the north, that's where we've got to watch. Look at this here. Inside these lines, these little indentions here, at the very least, are still indicating some very strong gusty winds along it as it moves towards Zavala, as it moves towards 287 there, and then crossing over towards Nacogdoches as well. And even here, you can see there are some broad rotations showing up there just to the north and west of Zavala here. Nothing that's warned or anything, but again, something just to watch there as you kind of watch for these little spin-ups along, up and down these lines. We've shown you many times so far this morning where we say we're watching these broad areas of rotation and then we see a warning come out because it gets a little tighter. So that's all it takes. But watch out here. This entire broad area here is making its way towards you. Zavala now, Broadus, over towards Pineland and Browndale. So again, this will be making its way out towards the east. So maybe if you can, this would still be a good time to go into your safety place just to be on the safe side, because as we've seen so many times that these have been quick spin-ups, and once they do, they kind of track for a while. So we got to watch that. Also, keep in mind they're very rain wrapped. This is the area that I've been very, probably the most concerned about this morning here, is because we've got the combination of some flash flooding, multiple inches of rain. We've got lots of very strong winds with this bowing feature here, and you've got this little rotation with it as it moves by. And so you've got strong winds, lots of water. Tends to help topple trees a lot easier. A lot of times you see in the tropical season where you get a lot of rain and trees come down because of the water that's on the ground. It gets to the roots and loosens those up. So that's an area that we're going to probably be watching for some trees coming down as well. As this continues to work its way out to the east and continues to kind of crawl, even though it's moving somewhat fast, it's still crawling. Again, Appleby in the next 10 to 15 minutes, Broadus over the next 25 minutes, and St. Augustine, this will be making its way towards you within the next 30 minutes to an hour. So we're going to continue to watch that for you very closely as well. And again, you can see here Alto still seeing some of that moderate rainfall moving through the Alto community as well. So we'll be watching that for you very closely as it continues to make its way off towards the east and northeast there. So again, lots of rain, lots of activity continue to make its way through there. The severe thunderstorm warning continues for Nacogdoches and Rusk, St. Augustine, and Shelby counties until 6 o'clock this morning, 5:45 this morning for Angelina, Nacogdoches, and St. Augustine counties as this line of storms continues to work its way out towards the east. And we've got severe thunderstorm warnings out until 6 o'clock for Hardin, Jasper and Tyler counties. And again, Jasper County, you were just added a little while ago to this warning here until 6 a.m. And that's in anticipation of this storms. But we also saw that they issued the severe thunderstorm warning for Tyler County in anticipation of this storm and changed it to a tornado warning. So we'll watch that one as well very closely as we go throughout the morning here as we continue to track these storms off towards the east and off towards the north and east. Now, off towards the north, let's go a little farther north to see if we can check on I-20 just to let folks know. I know you're watching with us, getting ready to tune in with us for a Good Morning East Texas. So I want to know what the weather's like in your locations. Again, we're still seeing some moderate to heavy rain, probably some lightning strikes out there as well, but this is not severe across the area, just a few random lightning strikes. But you can see some moderate to heavy rain from 271 stretching back down towards 20 and over towards Tyler, 69. We've had about 14, 15 lightning strikes. Now, if you were awake with us at 3, 4 o'clock this morning, you probably looked out your window and saw quite the lightning show out there. But this is where our eyes and our concern is at this time. When you're talking about lightning, you want to see a lot of energy in a storm, folks. Check this out here from Nacogdoches over towards the south there. We're talking about over 3,500 lightning strikes, and this continues to actually increase. And we've been talking about that. There's that little spin there that's helping keep this little part of the line really going and continue to make it stronger. There we go. Marcus put a loop on this, and you can see that right over Alto right now. And as that kind of swirl continues as it crosses or sits on 69, you're seeing that spin continue that moisture into the area. This is almost like a tropical system would be here, where you're watching that center of circulation and you're seeing this line of storms continue to push out of this system here. And as Zavala, Pineland over towards the east here, this is heading towards you, center, heading down towards Panola and Shelby and St. Augustine over this way towards the east here. So be alert for that. And I don't know if we can expand out all the way across the state, Mark. I don't know if we can do that. I just wanted to show kind of the setup of what's going on here, what's causing all of this here for us here. And you can see here, we've got the showers and storms across the eastern part of the state, but even once this moves through this morning, we're not going to be done just yet. We'll get a break during the day, I think. As you can see back to the west, things are fairly quiet. But I wanted to show you this. This is the system that's causing all this. This is a low pressure spinning right now. There's a very broad low pressure, and everything is swirling around it just like this. So while we've got one wave moving through now, you can see here there's more energy here that's going to come in on the backside. And I think later on this afternoon and this evening, we'll see another round of storms firing up and moving through the area late this afternoon and this evening. So that's something we're going to watch for you later on. But, of course, this morning, we're watching wave number 1 moving through. I just wanted to show you that to let you know what was kind of causing all these storms. So, again, from I-30 down towards I-20. Okay, the tornado warning has been dropped for now, so that's good news. That means that, at least as of this time, rotation has weakened enough so that we don't have to see the tornado warning issued right now. So we'll watch that and keep an eye on it. Towards the south, central, and southern sections, lots of severe thunderstorm warnings still in place, and lots of rainfall falling as well. And so we're going to keep you updated with that, as well as, again, this is now crossing 69, crossing 59 now. So heads up towards the eastern portions of the area here from Broadus to around Nacogdoches and center as well here. All of you are now under a severe thunderstorm warning till at least 5:45, if not till 6 o'clock this morning. So we want to keep you updated with that. And again, that most intense portion of this seems to be just to the south and east of Lufkin now, moving towards you in the Broadus community here. So we're watching that area with the greatest concern here, as you can see here, between Lufkin and Zavala. Again, 69 there, 96 to the south and east of that. So this is working its way out towards the east-northeast here, so it's the Broadus community as well. So we're going to watch that for you as it continues to make its way on through here for us to Reno as well. And that's where we're seeing some strong gusty winds. We're seeing lots of heavy rain, lightning, and hail, as well as that activity makes its way off towards your east there. Torino, St. Augustine needs to be alert. This is going to be making its way towards you as well. And you can see Jasper, Spurgeon, that's why you're under the severe thunderstorm warning, because of this line that's going to continue to work its way off towards the east as we go throughout the morning here. So that's why we're going to watch. We're going to keep you updated on that. And then as we go back to the storm in Nacogdoches here in Lufkin, I just wanted to show you here a little closer here of what's going on here. We're getting to see just a little bit more in the way of stormy activity here again, crossing over 69 right now between Zavala and Lufkin here. Some very heavy rain and some lightning continuing out there as well, and in Nacogdoches also here. So we're going to continue to watch that. Also seeing some of these stormy weather still shifting off towards the east and away from your area as well. So we're going to continue to keep you updated on that as it moves away from the region, heading towards center. Also Garrison, St. Augustine, watch out for you. Broadus, we're seeing some of those strong storms, and Zavala as well, and these will continue to work their way off towards the east. Let's expand. There we go. Expanding the view back out here again. You see that swirl Right there. That's it right there. Moving now, getting ready to approach you in Nacogdoches. That's what's driving or causing all the storm. Mark here is highlighting that there. Now, right around Nacogdoches there, you see that swirl. That's what we call an MCS, or mesoscale convective system. And what that means is it's kind of like its own little engine, or it's driving this system. So you see it kind of spinning here. That is the thing that's just like... If you have a bicycle, you know the bicycle tire, you have the spokes on the bicycle that go around and around. Well, it's all being caused by you pedaling and causing that to keep going. Well, that's what this little system here is doing. This little spin here is kind of acting as a pedal and keeping this line of storms going even into the overnight hours. Look at this. We've got lots of hail beginning to increase a little bit, I think, now across portions of Angelina County there. So we can go in a little closer and show you that here. Again, this is now south and east of Lufkin. Just to the north and west of Zavala, though, some hail beginning to increase there between about a quarter to as much as maybe ping pong size hail. This is lifting on off towards the east and northeast there. So watch out in communities like Broadus here eventually. Zavala crossing over 69 there. That's going to be a problem there. I know that little intersection there should get ready to head over towards off towards the east there, heading over towards Toledo Bend and whatnot in that region there around 96. So just be alert that line of storms making its way towards the east, heading your way there. Again, Angelina, Nacogdoches, St. Augustine, this severe thunderstorm warning goes until 5:45 this morning here, and then off towards the south of that, the second severe thunderstorm warning goes at least until 6 o'clock, I believe, for portions of Jasper and Newton counties over towards Tyler County as well. So that's something to watch. Yes, Jasper and Tyler counties until 6 a.m. In Newton County, you have to still be on alert. I'm sure a warning will be issued for you as soon as well. Again, we're going to track this off for you here as Mark puts a track on this storm here as it moves off towards the east here. So Jasper, Colmsneil over towards Roganville. The storm is heading your direction here, and so we're going to monitor that. And again, eventually it makes its way towards Toledo Bend, and of course Broadus heading off towards the east. This will be continue to work its way towards Hemphill and Pineland as well here over the next 30 minutes to 45 minutes, maybe up to an hour or so, but it's on its way. And then also the northern part of that area for Chirino over towards St. Augustine, East Liberty, this is heading your way as well. Again, strong damaging winds with this, winds of 60 miles per hour or higher. Hail, we're seeing hail quarter size up to ping pong size, and we're seeing, again, some very torrential rainfalls. This is dropping 1 to 2 inches of rainfall at least as it moves by, with some heavier amounts in some of those areas under the flash flood warnings, which you can see in the blue here from Cherokee, Nacogdoches, and Lufkin counties. Again, moderate to steady rain still coming down in Smith County, also over towards Gregg County, seeing that moderate rain moving in there. Good news, if you're off to the west, western Henderson, Anderson County, over towards Van Zandt, Kaufman counties, up towards western Rains County, Hopkins County, we're seeing things beginning to dry out now. So this is beginning to end from west to east. That's good news, because some of these areas here in the center portions of our region are quite waterlogged now. Down to the south, that's a different story, though. We've got quite a bit of severe weather with that squall line continuing to work its way from Nacogdoches to Lufkin and points to the south and southeast there. And so, as we can see here, this will continue to make its way out towards the east, 190 and also 96, watch out. But Angelina, Cherokee, and Nacogdoches, again, that flash flood warning in effect until 6:45. Again, some of these areas have seen anywhere between 2 to 3 inches of rainfall, so use caution there. Severe thunderstorm warning out for Nacogdoches, Russ, St. Augustine, and Shelby counties, and that's out until 6 o'clock this morning, so keep that in mind. But again, some of these areas, again, seeing anywhere between 2 to 3 inches of rainfall, and you combine that with winds gusting 60, 70 miles per hour, and you're causing the perfect conditions for trees to come down. So I would not be surprised if later on this morning we begin to hear about tree damage and lots of trees falling over, toppling here across portions of Angelina, Cherokee, and Nacogdoches County here, because I mean, we've just been sitting with this water right on top of places like Lufkin now. See that getting into that Alto, and this kind of area continues to expand, not only in aerial coverage, but also in width as well as it continues to move south. Again, 2 to 3 inches of rainfall, fairly common with this. Now, keep in mind, we've seen already, we were for the month of April here, we've been, what, 7, 8 inches plus above normal in rainfall here for the month. So
this is 12-hour.
Oh, okay. Okay. Okay, that's okay. This is 12-hour totals here. So now you can see even more. Now look at this. In the past 12 hours alone, we're talking totals anywhere between 3, 4, 5 inches of rain, and a lot of this has been within the past 2 or 3 hours because, as you know, the rain has been kind of just moved in really in the past couple of hours. So there's quite a bit of water that has fallen in some of these areas, folks, here. And this will continue out there to the north here. This continues to expand. Again, you can see even here in portions that have not seen so much severe weather. Notice up there as we head towards towards the north there around Van Zant, Henderson counties. Henderson County, you've seen anywhere between 2 to 3 inches of rain, nearly an inch in Tyler, but we're still seeing moderate to heavy rainfall. So we'll easily go over an inch of rainfall here in Smith County, just northern areas of Smith County, up there around Lindale and so on. We've already seen over an inch of rain. And then south of that, again, Cherokee County, though, you guys are the big winners right now. That squall line has just kind of sat there and spinning right over Cherokee and Nacogdoches counties here. And those locations, again, have received anywhere between 4 or 5 inches of rainfall here in the past several hours. So this has been a soaker, and we're still not done with it, folks. And again, you see that squall line for Nacogdoches and Angelina County still just sitting there across the area. And we're starting to see, again, those warnings extend a little farther east. But overall, severe weather continues out there across the region. And we're going to continue to watch that here for you as we go throughout the morning here. We've got that light to moderate rainfall making its way into the area as well. So we'll continue to go on and keep an update on that. So we're going to watch all this. The tornado warning has been allowed to expire. We're going to keep you updated right now. What we want to do is we're going to head over to Lexi and Lane and see what else we've got going on with you for Good Morning East Texas.
All right. Thanks a lot, Cedric. Great job this morning here keeping us ahead of everything that's happening. Of course, our coverage of severe weather moving through East Texas will continue throughout the morning here on Good Morning East Texas. Let's go now to our Alex Ositis, who's standing by south of Jacksonville. He has a live report on what he's seeing there in that area. Alex?
Good morning, Landon, guys. That's right. We're here south of Jacksonville, where you can see behind us the rain is heavy this morning. On our way down from Tyler on Highway 69, there was a lot of water on the roadways, making it difficult for commuters this morning. You'll want to add a little extra time and add some space between you and the driver in front of you, because these roads are slick. You don't want to have any accidents, anything this morning. Also, to our south of Jacksonville here, there have been reports of some damaging winds. As Cedric has been telling us all morning long, you want to seek cover. And even to our east, as this storm passes through over Highway 69 and south into deep East Texas, we're seeing damaging winds, possible hail, and even possible tornado activity. As the sun comes up this morning, we'll be monitoring the damage throughout the area. And of course, you'll want to stay with us for any updates on those severe conditions. You'll want to take caution and seek shelter immediately. From Jacksonville, Alex Ositis, Good Morning East Texas.
All right, thanks a lot. Alex Ositis reporting live this morning.
Absolutely. We also have our Caleb Beams. He's headed to the Lufkin area to check out some damage down there. We'll have a report from him in our next half hour.
All right, your time is 5:44 here on GMET. Breaking right now, families in one Gregg County community are being evacuated from their homes while an oil well burns. The White Oak Police Department confirms with us the fire started around 4 this morning on South Lake Harris Road. Now, this is a picture that we've just gotten in from the scene, sent to us by a viewer. People who live in the area say a nearby mobile home park is under evacuation right now. There's no reports of any injuries, and we're still working to learn if the cause of this fire is related to this morning's storms as they pass through Gregg County.
Your time is now 5:45, and we're getting to our first look this morning at those powerful storms as they slammed the Dallas-Fort Worth area overnight.
We got a tornado right next to us. Behind me. Oh.
Storm chasers caught this tornado forming near rural Comanche and Erath counties northwest of Fort Worth. Baseball-sized hail was reported near Stephenville, damaging vehicles. There were no immediate reports of injuries. Here's the blinding rain that soaked a good portion of the state. Flood warnings are out right now for the Fort Worth area, and an advisory is in effect for parts of central Texas.
And just as East Texas is under the gun this morning, we're learning that storms earlier this weekend produced 2 confirmed tornadoes. The National Weather Service now confirming 2 EF1 twisters touched down in Cass and Upshur counties overnight and Friday. Now, there's no serious damage in Cass County, but trees and homes in Upshur County were hit hard. And this is video from the Latch community near Gilmer, where the Upshur County tornado started. And you can see where trees were ripped out of the ground. No one was seriously hurt there. And of course, as daylight breaks this morning, we'll learn more about this morning's damage here across East Texas, as we've got several radar-indicated tornadoes possibly here in East Texas. Cedric Haynes, meteorologist Daniel Graves, and meteorologist Mark Skirto all watching this for you here in the Storm Tracker Weather Center, trying to keep you and your family safe. And remember, we'll be here throughout the morning to keep you prepared as you start your work week off on a bumpy start.
Yes, absolutely.
Time now is 5:46. We're back right after this.
Storm Tracker Weather is sponsored by McDonald's. I'm loving it.
The Nissan Rogue. With blind spot warning, a round view monitor, and intuitive all-wheel drive. Choose Rogue with 0% APR financing or save up to $750. Innovation that excites. Rogue, from the most fuel-efficient lineup in America. Shop ChooseNissan.com.
Last month, I told everyone that I'd beat any dealer's legitimate offer, and everyone must have been listening. You're not going to find this selection and diversity at any other dealership. The selection is vast, and the prices are the best. Bring in your best deal on any new Hyundai, and we're going to beat it, hands down. Now, it's not always easy to do that on used cars. But if you drive out here, you can pick out any one of hundreds. And I'll do my best to work it out. I'm Chase Pate with Hyundai of Longview. You pick it out, and we'll work it out.
Of all the things that keep you busy, maintaining your car shouldn't be one of them. The experts at Mopar are busy making sure of that. We get the job done right the first time, help you save every time, and get you back on the road in no time. So this spring, let us help refresh your ride. Right now, buy 3 tires and get the 4th for $1 at your neighborhood Mopar Service Center.
At iMart Express, only one thing looks as good as you in our glasses. Our prices. For a limited time, get 2 pairs with single vision lenses for only $39.71, or 2 pairs with no-line bifocals for just $76.92, all with a free 1-year frame warranty. And with our 1-hour service, you can buy today, wear today. Prices like $39.71 for 2 complete pairs won't last. So come in today and get your glasses for less at iMart Express.
Since 1896, Austin Memorials in Tyler and Regal Monuments of Athens has worked within the tradition of excellence in monument building. However you want your loved one to be remembered, we can build it. All of our work is guaranteed, and we provide free delivery. Tell the story of a life lived with a monument from Austin Memorials of Tyler and Regal Monuments of Athens.
Started my Camry. Remembered the choices I've made. To show her right from wrong, and realized my little girl had become an amazing human being who will make choices of her own.
Now get $1,500 combined customer and loyalty cash, or lease a bold new 2015 Camry LE for only $199 a month.
Toyota. Let's go places.
Welcome back. Your time is 5:50. A military first. Women breaking new ground with the Special Forces. They're enduring an intense and grueling regiment to get into the elite Army Rangers.
But while they're allowed to train, they won't be allowed in. So why are they going through this? Here's ABC's Lindsay Janis.
Draw up, Ranger!
This may look like your typical Army boot camp.
Ranger, hurry up!
But look closely, and you can see this class includes female soldiers, the first ever to attend Army Ranger School, clearing hurdles in an effort to get bigger roles for women in the military, crawling in the dirt with their hands behind their backs, lunging with hands on their heads.
Keep going.
Of the 19 women that started, only 8 making it through the infamous Rap Week. The whole time, female Army analysts standing by to make sure instructors don't take it easy on them.
I think it's a resiliency, is I'm sure how they're dealing with it. Physically tough and testing themselves to the best of their abilities.
But even if these GI Janes make it through the 2-month or more course, they won't be assigned to the Ranger Regiment. The elite force still closed to women. Its school open on this one-time basis as the Army researches how to better integrate women into combat units. Lindsay Janis, ABC News, New York.
Well, it's 5:51 here on Good Morning East Texas here on a Monday morning.
We'll be right back.
Closed captioning is sponsored by Copeland Insurance Group, with solutions for your health, medical, home, and auto insurance for over 50 years. If you have questions, call Copeland Insurance Group today.
They got it.
They got it.
They've got it.
They've got it.
Heritage white cabinets starting at $126 per linear foot. Oak flooring just $397 per square foot. Worn wood ceramic plank just $177 per square foot.
Come see how you can build more and spend less with Surplus Warehouse.
They've got it!
We've got it.
You ready to move?
Stop dreaming. It's time for the Volkswagen Stop Dreaming, Start Driving event. Get a $1,000 Volkswagen credit bonus. Hurry in during the final days of the Volkswagen Stop Dreaming, Start Driving event, and you can lease a 2015 Jetta S for just $159 a month, including a $1,000 Volkswagen credit bonus. Don't wait. Offers end April 30th.
You should see me when I play basketball.
Oh, hey, look, it's Kevin Durant.
Hey, we're drinking your Kevin Durant signature slushes.
Will you give me one?
No.
I'll play you for him.
All right.
One-on-one?
On one?
What?
Now what are you going to do? Don't go to the left, go to the right.
Did go right.
No, not your right, my right.
What are you talking?
Ooh, we got slushed.
Oh, he got slushed.
Up your game with the new Kevin Durant Signature Candy Slush, part of our Slush headquarters. And don't forget our half-price shakes after 8 p.m. This is how you Sonic.
Ford is taking the EcoBoost Challenge all across America.
This F-150's got some guts to it. Get out of town.
And I've heard a lot about this aluminum body.
700 pounds lighter.
This is a V6?
Taking off like a rocket. I'm impressed with the power. With the EcoBoost, when you need that power, it'll handle what you're towing.
You want to take my trade-in right now? Take the EcoBoost Challenge and for a limited time, lease an all-new 2015 F-150 for only $349 a month. Just $349. Visit your best in Texas Ford dealer today.
Nissan Altima. With up to 270 horsepower, blind spot warning, and premium interior. For a limited time, save up to $1,500 on Altima, the ride you can always rely on. Altima, one of 7 Nissan models with 0% for 72 months. Shop your local Nissan store and choose Nissan.com. Innovation that excites.
The Storm Tracker Live Doppler Network, the most accurate weather where you live.
Well, good morning, East Texas. I want to give you a broad update on what's going on here. Of course, we've been tracking strong to severe thunderstorms across the region. Right now, we're seeing this kind of swirl. This is what we call a MCS, or a mesoscale convective system. And as it continues to rotate on through the region here, it's producing not only some heavy rain, strong gusty winds, but obviously intense lightning. Look at the amount of lightning here. So this is an electric show across the area. And what I want to do is I'm going to take you in a little closer here to the area here. So we go into Nacogdoches and Lufkin here. We're going to show you here some of these storms. As this has been really the main area of you see our radar updating live here on Storm Tracker Dual Pole. Just look at the lightning, folks. I mean, you can barely see where the heavy rainfall is coming down with all this lightning here from Broadus to Chirino over towards Zavala, back down towards 69 and Jasper. Just intense amounts of lightning and heavy rainfall. So this is a dangerous storm that continues to work its way to the east. Severe thunderstorm warnings in effect from 5:45 till 6 o'clock this morning. Now, these are actually in effect till 6 o'clock this morning here as they continue to work their way off towards the east and northeast. So we're going to watch that one for you very closely. A little farther south down the line, more in the way of very strong storms working their way across the region. In fact, we're seeing from Warren south towards Kuntz over towards Spurgeon here, very intense storm with some lightning, heavy rain, and very strong gusty winds. So we're watching that for you also across the region. A little wider perspective here across East Texas is going to show us here that we continue to monitor here what's going on. This big swirl over the Texas Panhandle and New Mexico, that's making its way out towards the east, and it could bring us a few more storms by later today. We'll have much more on that and look at Precision Cast here in just a few moments, guys.
Thank you, Cedric.
Well, Texans turn to a higher power to help a beloved tradition.
We'll take you to Bluebell headquarters in Brenham, where Texans are praying for the ice cream favorite.
Smothered by soot, cleanup begins after a powerful volcano spews ash over a major city. Why some insist on sweeping up, even though more is expected to fall. It's 75 degrees right now in Lufkin at 5:56. Good morning, East Texas. We're back right after this.
Let the news follow you. From exclusive web content to text and email alerts, get your news wherever you are.
Closed captioning is sponsored by Copeland Insurance Group, with solutions for your health, medical, home, and auto insurance for over 50 years. If you have questions, call Copeland Insurance Group today.
Purple sauce.
No.
Pez.
Pepper. What is it? Church's Purple Pepper Sauce is the perfect way to top off 9 spicy mixed pieces for just $11.99.
Have the love.
How did I set a new personal record today? I started with a test run. Then I got a solid night's rest in a great room. And before I hit the road, I hit the breakfast bar, where I got my fuel for the next 26 miles.
Great endings begin here. That's why at Choice Hotels, we give you cozy rooms, free breakfast, and right now up to 20% off when you book direct at choicehotels.com.
They got it.
They got it.
They've got it.
They've got it.
Heritage White Cabinets, starting at $126 per linear foot. Oak flooring, just $397 per square foot. Worn wood ceramic plank, just $177 per square foot.
Come see how you can build more and spend less with Surplus Warehouse.
They've got it.
We've got it.
Text fellow foodies up for dinner. LMK, hashtag hungry, hashtag now.
Hashtag get it in gear. Hashtag nom nom.
Nom nom nom. Where? Hashtag tacos.
Been there. Hashtag done that.
Hashtag eat fresh.
Hashtag Angus is the new black. Hashtag bowling for bacon.
Hashtag Subway, man.
The barbecue bacon Angus has people talking. Juicy beef topped with bacon, fresh veggies, and sweet-tasting barbecue sauce.
Hashtag best sub ever.
Hashtag period.
Purple sauce.
No.
Pez.
Pepper. What is it? Church's Purple Pepper Sauce. Try it today with 2 spicy mixed pieces and a biscuit for just $3.49.
Have the love.
At CenterPoint Energy, we're giving you more tips on natural gas safety.
With 2 boys, I know about suspicious odors. But if I smell something like rotten eggs, there might actually be a gas leak, which means we leave the house immediately and then call CenterPoint Energy and 911 from a safe remote location. And I never store flammables like paint or gasoline near natural gas appliances, since a spark can ignite fumes.
Your safety is in your hands and always on our mind because you are at the center of everything we do. CenterPoint Energy. Always there.
My mom. She was my teacher. She was my best friend. She was always there for me. I could talk to her about anything. She made everything look so easy. But now things are getting hard, and it's time for me to be there for her. So I've turned to Meadow Lake, a luxurious home away from home, staffed with skilled nurses capable of giving Mom the care she deserves. Meadow Lake. Live well, age well.
Anissa Centers, weekdays on KLTV 7 News. Live in high definition. Caring, committed, proud of East Texas. You're watching Good Morning East Texas.
Death toll climbing in Nepal. Now thousands there are fearing for the worst as aftershocks continue.
An active night across the state. Severe storms continue to cut a wide path this morning.
Outside this morning on Storm Tracker Live Doppler radar at 6 a.m. We are still tracking storms all over East Texas this morning. It is a busy Monday. We're in the 60s across East Texas. Cedric has been here live all morning giving you the updates. He has more coming up. Good morning, East Texas. Thank you for joining us.
Today is Monday, April 27th. As we've seen here over the past several years, it seems to be an active time of year. Cedric is joining us now with the very latest from the Storm Tracker Weather Center. Cedric, we've seen it all this morning.
Yes, we have. We've had tornado warnings, we've had severe thunderstorm warnings, and we've been trying to track all this for you. We've even had flash flooding warnings, and that's basically because we've had 2 to 4 to even 5 inches of rainfall in the past couple of hours in certain locations. So what we want to do, let's take you outside first here. We're going to talk about Smith County, Tyler, Longview again, clouds out there. We've had a fantastic light show. I mean, we've been able to look at it from a distance. You can see the raindrops still hitting the wind camera lens a little bit there, but overall, the heavy rain has come to an end here, and we still have some wind that's showing up out there as well, so just keep that in mind. Now, as we take a look here, what we're dealing with our temperature across the area, 65 degrees outside, so still very warm and muggy. So no, there there was no cold front that made its way through the area. We just had some pretty good rainfall making its way in, and our atmosphere will stay prime as we head into later today, even with those southerly winds kicking in. 63 degrees in Athens. We've got 60 in Gilmer, 59 in Longview and Marshall, 64 in Nacogdoches, 66 in Lufkin, and 72 degrees in Woodville. Now, of course, today we've been talking about it as being a storm tracker weather alert day as well. Just keep that in mind. That just basically means have a severe weather safety plan in place. Look at this complex of system that's been making its way across the area here. Tornado watches continue to get trimmed back, but I just wanted to show you, look at the lightning. Just look at it from a distance here. And so we kind of center up on that complex down to the south where it's the most intense here. Meteorologist Daniel Graves here continues to take us down that way. You can see, look at the lightning here. Again, from Lufkin over towards Nacogdoches and now kind of heading its way across 96 here. The amount of lightning here within the past 30 minutes or so, almost 6,000 lightning strikes there towards the south. So just an amazing light show about to cross over into the eastern portions of the area here. And then notice here in these counties in blue here, Cherokee, Nacogdoches, and Lufkin, that's a flash flood warning that's in effect until 6:45 for the potential of 2 to 4 to 5 inches of rain that has already fallen, and that's creating some flash flooding and creating some problems there. So just keep that in mind as well. And as we go out towards the north, I do want to show you really quickly here, again, severe thunderstorm warnings for these areas across the eastern half until 6:45 this morning. So just keep that in mind. An immense amount of lightning and wind and also some hail making its way towards your area. North of there along I-20, lots of moderate heavy rain, but there's that circulation, that swirl. Again, for our friends here in Smith County, from Tyler down to Troop, still seeing some heavy rain, lots of lightning. That stretches back down towards Ruskin, Alto, but this is on the back edge of this. Henderson, Carthage seeing some light rain, and Longview mainly just seeing some light rain out there. Let's switch over now and we'll go ahead on and take a look here at what's going on with our high-resolution future radar. Predicting this first batch of rain, this storm complex moving out of the area here, but look at what happens. Has more possibilities of storms developing by lunchtime today, and by late this afternoon, we could be talking about yet again another round of storms making its way in as another wave of energy swirls our way. So we're going to have to watch that one for you very closely. Remember to download our Storm Tracker Weather mobile app because you can get the latest hour-by-hour forecast with it here to find out what's going to be happening for the rest of the day. Again, off and on chances of showers and storms with more redeveloping later this afternoon. So we're not done yet. And, you know, I haven't had a chance to really officially put together the forecast. Been a little busy.
Or breathe or drink water.
There you go. Exactly. But I can give you, tell you this. We've got a very nice treat on the way after these storms as we head into Tuesday and Wednesday. Are you ready for maybe highs not getting out of the 50s?
Wow.
Wow.
There's happiness on the other side.
Yes.
We're inching toward May.
Yes, exactly.
I should say, Cedric, we did get a report in just a little while ago from the Smith County Sheriff that a tree has fallen through the roof of a home in the Treasure Cove area, which is in Bullard. So damage all across East Texas this morning from these storms.
Yeah, and you know, we had the flash flooding. That gives you all the water, and you put that with the strong gusty winds, and it allows those trees to topple so easily. So I expect more reports like that to come in throughout the morning.
Right. You and Daniel keeping an eye on this for us. Thanks a lot.